Throwback Thursday.
What are your top one or two favorite movies from the 80s?
Oh golly, Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Easy.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many to choose from, but that's definitely one of my top ones. What about yours?
Lost Boys, Top Gun.
Yeah. Of course. All right.
Hey, Savage Reaction crew, this is David.
I'm Angie.
I'm a little bit of everything.
I'm a whole lot of rock and roll.
Let's check out some of the top teen movies of the 1980s. I mean, sure, we're dating ourselves. Now all of you, all the demographic in here that's, Gen Z and millennials and stuff. You know how old we are now, if you've been following us. Because we're down for the 80s movies, actually. I
think they already knew.
I've got some 70s movies, some late 70s movies that I put in there. But yeah. So I was a teenager during the 80s. You were
not.
But
I was a kid. I was alive.
You still.
I mean, I was there.
You still enjoyed movies from the 80s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because your parents had questionable judgment and let you watch some movies that maybe you shouldn't have.
Beetlejuice, National Lampoons, all the National Lampoons movies. Looking back on that.
So let's see what these people here managed to come up with for the top 10 teen movies of the 1980s. Sound good?
Hit it. There it is.
'80s teens love these films. Now it's your turn.
Sorry, hon. Oh my God. Don't worry, it's only wine.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo. And today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 teen movies from the 1980s.
Hi, Bill. Want a ride?
Sure, Missy. Mom.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Don't subscribe to them. Subscribe to us, and we'll take you to
we're
them.
looking at
Just
80s
kidding.
movies
Subscribe to
geared
both of us.
mostly towards teens or where teenagers are the main characters. Fair warning, there are some spoilers ahead.
That's
Yeah.
Number 10, Risky Business.
Old time rock and roll.
That is
We
the
begin
movie
with a
that made
familiar
Tom Cruise.
scenario. Joel's parents are out of town, so their hardworking son decides to play hard while they're away. He spends the night with Lana, a beautiful call girl, but it costs him in more ways than one.
What if I said I'd be your girlfriend next couple of days?
When Joel fails to pay her pimp, he finds Lana and other prostitutes living under his roof. Not to mention his dad's Porsche gets totaled. What's Joel to do? Simple. He turns his house into a brothel. With his admission to Princeton on the line, Joel has to raise money, but not raise suspicion, before his parents get home. Risky
young he
business
was.
indeed.
Is this couch open?
Lana, I'm in a meeting.
Number 9, Dead Poets Society.
Oh,
Even though it may seem silly or wrong, you must try.
In this 1989 drama, Robin Williams plays John Keating, the new English teacher at an all-boys prep school. Keating quickly shows that he's not like the other profs. Through his unique way of teaching poetry, he encourages the boys to make the most of their talents.
The powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse.
Reviving his Dead Poets Society, they become inspired to follow their dreams. But it won't be easy. When the tragic loss of one of their own puts Keating's job in jeopardy, the boys are determined to save their mentor. Arguably the most moving film on this list, Dead Poets Society is a tribute to inspirational teachers and will motivate you to seize the day.
Carpe diem. Let's seize the day.
Number 8, Heather.
Can we take a moment for Robin Williams?
moment of silence.
One of the most amazing actors and comedians out there. So smart.
Yes. Absolutely
so
brilliant.
Intelligent. Loved Robin Williams.
Yep.
One of my favorite people.
Tragic loss.
Yeah.
You a Heather?
No, I'm a Veronica.
This satire of high school cliques shows the dark side of popularity. Veronica is a member of the Heathers, but she's fed up with their manipulative ways. When leader Heather Chandler tries to ruin her reputation, Veronica and her boyfriend JD accidentally poison her and make her death look like a suicide.
Corn nuts.
The couple leave 2 more bodies in their wake, but that's not enough for JD, who becomes increasingly unhinged. Fearing that she might be next, Veronica comes to her senses and will do anything to protect herself and her classmates. Number 7, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
It's inspired a franchise
Nancy.
and many parodies, but there's nothing like the original. In this slasher film, disfigured serial
Yeah, I watched those when I was a kid. Why did my parents let me watch those? Terrifying.
I'm coming for you, Nancy.
killer Freddy Krueger haunts the dreams of suburban teens. And if they die in their dreams, they die for real. Shocked to see her friends dying one by one, final girl Nancy learns the terrifying truth behind the murders. The teen's parents killed Freddy out of revenge, and now he's out for blood himself.
He's dead, honey, because Mommy killed him.
As Freddy sets his sights on
Way to go,
Nancy,
Mommy.
she's bent on defeating him once and for all. This horror classic isn't just scary, it also blurs the lines between fantasy and reality. Number 6, Say Anything.
Oh!
I
love
love you.
that one.
How many more
I
times
didn't-
do I have to say it?
That one's
It's
on my
the
list
summer
too.
after graduation. Lloyd wants to be a kickboxer, and valedictorian Diane has a fellowship coming up. Although they come from 2 different worlds, the 2 surprise everyone when they start dating. Diane's overprotective dad, Jim, isn't impressed, and wishes his daughter would hit the books.
You're not a permanent part of her life. You're a distraction.
Putting her studies and Jim's wishes first, Diane abruptly dumps Lloyd. Jim turns out to be not so trustworthy, however. As he faces jail time, Diane finally decides her future for herself, and Lloyd will say and do anything to win her back. Holding that boombox sure was worth it.
You know what I recently discovered?
What?
That was not the song that was playing on that boombox.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a different song that he had picked out.
Remember that one time you were in your room and you were mad at me and you would close the door? And I put on that song on my cell phone and I put it underneath the door. And you're like,
You're such a dork.
you're a dork. And I'm all, open the door, honey. And I was standing there with the cell phone like this.
That happened. That's a real thing that happened.
Real thing that happened.
Peter Gabriel.
Number 5, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That's a good.
All I need are some tasty waves, a cool buzz, and I'm fine.
Based on a book by Cameron Crowe, this teen comedy gives us an inside look at the lives of high school students. Sophomore Stacy and Mark get some love advice from their senior friends, but nothing will prepare them for what comes next. After lying to him about her age, Stacy loses her virginity to an older man, and later finds herself in a love triangle with Mark and his friend Mike. A sometimes funny and honest take on high school, this cult film is as real as ever, even decades later.
I mean, you put the vibe out to 30 million chicks, something is gonna happen.
That's the idea, Raz.
Number 4, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller,
Bueller.
Bueller, Bueller.
High school senior Ferris
Einstein.
Bueller pretends he's sick so he can skip class. Along with pal Cameron and girlfriend
I mean,
Cameron's my favorite character of that whole.
Cameron is your spirit animal.
Oh, he so is. Like, what was it when he's in the car? He's like, no, yeah, okay.
But how iconic. I'm surprised it's number 4 and not number 1. How iconic is this movie? Think about today, even in modern culture, still people walk around and if you're not paying attention,
Bueller.
they're like, Bueller,
Yep.
Bueller. And it crosses generational lines and stuff like that. And, you know, shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Almost everybody can associate that with the scene where he's in the parade and
Yeah.
jumps up on the float and stuff like that. I mean, what an iconic movie.
Blown. Ferris is out and about in Chicago, driving in Cameron's dad's Ferrari. What could possibly go wrong? For one, Ferris's sister and his principal will do whatever it takes to uncover the truth, even if it means breaking the law.
In a nutshell, I hate my brother. How's that?
That's cool.
And as his
Charlie
eventful
Keen.
day off draws to a close, Ferris has to race home and act like nothing happened. A hilarious movie for sure, but also one that reminds us that fun can sometimes come before all else.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Number 3, 16 Candles.
Jake, you're not gonna believe this, but I had this very bizarre dream and you were in it.
Molly Ringwald gave us major prom goals in Pretty in Pink, but we've got to say that we prefer
That
this
was
chick
John-
flick where she plays Samantha
what's his name?
Baker, whose Sweet 16 is anything but. Sam's family is so busy preparing for her sister's wedding that they completely forget about her birthday. It doesn't help that she's in a love triangle.
I swear to God, this has got to be a joke.
She's crushing hard on high school senior Jake Ryan, while geeky Ted is interested in her. A series of embarrassing events and a wild party at Jake's house bring the trio closer in ways they never imagined. For better or for worse, Sam's 16th birthday is one she'll never forget.
Happy birthday, Samantha.
Number 2, Back to the Future. In 1985, Michael J. Fox gave us 2 great movies, Teen Wolf and this sci-fi classic. After an experiment with his scientist friend Doc Brown doesn't go according to plan, 80s teen Marty McFly time travels to 1955. In the past, Marty has 2 tasks ahead of him. First, he has to make his parents fall in love or he'll never be born. Second, without plutonium to power the DeLorean, he has to find his way back to the future. But through the power of love, and a show-stopping rendition of Johnny Be Good, Marty manages to save himself and the course of history. A fun ride from start to finish. You'll want to watch it time and time again.
Great Scott!
Before we get
That one's a total absolute classic too.
Yeah.
That one's, our children have watched that and they enjoy it. That one is, like you said, it just goes generation to generation. That
Yeah, every single one of my children, my 19-year-old, my 13-year-old, my 10-year-old, they've all seen Back to the Future and love it.
yeah.
get to our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Don't with the babysitter.
You're kidding. No jazz before the rumble. You know the rules, Ape Face.
That's a good one.
I want to talk to you.
Number 1, The Breakfast Club.
What was that? Eat my shorts.
In this beloved 80s film, 5 teens from different social circles have to spend their Saturday in detention together. They butt heads at first, but find a common enemy in the overbearing assistant principal Vernon, who expects them to stay in the library and do as they're told. Not if they can help it.
What was that ruckus?
As the group opens up to each other, they realize that they're not so different after all. Each teen has their cross to bear, and finds comfort in knowing they're not alone. Funny and touching all at once, The Breakfast Club teaches us to shatter stereotypes.
We were all pretty bizarre. Some of us are just better at hiding it, that's all.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out.
So, regarding that last one,
Breakfast Club.
That's so much. I mean,
that again transcends across all generations because you got cliques.
yeah, and it wasn't as crazy as things are today. You had,
Yeah.
You had certain types of people, and they all had their, their issues, and they talked them out and found understanding, and then found ways to bridge differences and became friends. Now everything is just so complex, and if you don't love someone for exactly what they are and what they represent, then you're to be
bigot or
canceled.
whatever.
You're to be canceled and
Yeah.
shut up and put away. And why can't we just let each other I don't know.
Which character did you relate to in Breakfast Club?
Either Emilio Estevez's character or
the jock,
or
the nerd,
the nerdy guy. Somewhere in between. I liked being in sports and being physically active and stuff, but I also, I liked nerdy things. I was in, computer classes in high school and stuff like that, but I also took shop and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I was across the board.
I was cross between Allison, the weirdo, and Bender.
Yeah.
I respect authority, and plus I have a reason not to. Certainly a cross between those two. Which one was your favorite teen movie of the 80s? And as far as Breakfast Club, which character did you relate to?
Which character were you?
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did.
I know I enjoyed it. And can I just say before we go, there was a startling number of John Hughes films in that.
Right?
Go figure. John Hughes owned the 80s. Anyway, before you go, please make sure that you subscribe,
like,
share,
ring the little bell,
and comment down below. We're building this channel. We're going on this adventure, this journey with you guys, and we can't continue to grow without your help. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more, hit subscribe. Come along for the ride. Until next time, peace.
rock on.